Okay, the time is 4 o'clock. I will call the City of Fort Atkinson Plan Commission meeting to order Tuesday, July 26, 2022, 4 p.m., second floor of City Hall. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Schultz,
Here.
Commissioner Kesnick. Here. Commissioner Lesko here.
Here.
Manager Lemire,
Here,
Engineer Selly.
Here.
I do not see Commissioner Highfield.
she indicated via email that she would not be here. Next on the agenda, review and possible action relating to the minutes of the June 28, 2022 regular Plan Commission meeting.
Move to approve the minutes from the June 28th Plan Commission meeting as submitted.
Second.
Okay, there's a motion and a second. Any questions or comments from the Plan Commission? Okay, hearing none. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Okay, that motion carries. Next on the agenda, review and possible recommendation to the City Council relating to an application for annexation of territory located at W 6490 Campus Drive and W 6492 Campus Drive to the City of Fort Atkinson. This is PFA 2022-02. Jed, can you make sure that the green light's on there?
It is now.
Thank you.
Thank you. Jed Drager, zoning administrator for the city of Fort Atkinson. This is first time for me. The applicant for the property Tip of the Spear requested the annexation for the property located at the northwest corner of the intersection of Campus Drive and Banker Road. Everyone at the property signed off on the annexation. So it's a unanimous. It does coincide with our comprehensive land use plan. It's in concert with the plan, so no future use for the parcel has been identified yet. You can see on the map over there where the property is located at. The school district of Fort Atkinson is okay with what we're doing and moving forward with that. The staff recommends that, well, the city council has already read this on the July 19th meeting, and they move it on to a second reading. The staff recommends that the plan commission recommend the city council to perform 2 additional readings and adopt the ordinance annexing the territory as depicted on the attached annexation exhibit. And be open for any questions.
Any questions from the Plan Commission for staff or the applicant? Mr. Qualm is on the Zoom.
Jed, this is, the parcel is at the intersection of Banker Road and Campus Drive here, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
the
that
hi-
corner lot there, and then the bulk of the area between the other 2
Okay,
lots
gotcha.
there.
Any questions or comments from the Plan Commission relating to this matter?
Jed, were there any comments at the city council meeting when this came before them?
No, not really, no. Not much. There's utilities already readily available there on Banker Road, I mean, excuse me, on
Campus Drive?
Campus Drive. Yes, thank you.
Just one quick question, Jed.
Sure.
This is for the annexation, but not necessarily a zoning change. Is that
Correct.
correct?
Yep. This is just an annex, but we are designating it SR2. That's because of the existing house that's on there, so we can conform to our existing zoning ordinance.
Okay. And if you can remind me what the density of SR2 is it like
It's
two
typically
houses per-
residential, yeah.
two
Single family
houses?
residential is primarily what it's used for.
Is it 2 houses per acre?
I think it is,
Yeah,
yeah.
okay.
Yes, and this is just to conform, so any future changes and stuff like that would go through a zoning ordinance
Okay,
amendment.
thank you.
Welcome.
I will just note that the city's comprehensive land use plan shows this as appropriate for planned neighborhood, which includes a mix of all sorts of different housing types. So we have been in contact with the applicant over the last several months relating to the city-owned property to the north of here. So the applicant is aware of the city's plans moving forward with the Banker Road parcels. So there's an opportunity for cohesive development.
Thank you.
Any other questions?
I move to recommend that the city council perform 2 additional readings and then adopt an ordinance annexing the territory along Campus Drive and Banker Road as depicted on the attached annexation exhibit and assign a temporary zoning classification of SR2 Single Family Residential 2.
I would second. There's a motion and a second. Any further discussion by the plan commission? Okay, hearing none, I'll call the question. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, that motion carries. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Next item on the agenda is review and possible recommendation to the city council relating to a request for a public monument building review for the installation of a fishing buoy statue on the Riverwalk. This is PMR 2022-01.
Hello, everyone. Brooke Francine, Parks and Recreation Director. So last year, May of 2021, I was approached by someone who wanted to donate for a statue to be placed on the Riverwalk or bike path in memory of their son. And she wasn't sure where or what statue exactly, but mentioned her son was an avid fisherman and he had 2 younger kiddos. We had many meetings last year and also this year with the donors and our park staff to determine the best location and an appropriate statue that had a consistent look with other statues in town. We determined the fishing buoy statue would be great on the concrete ledge in front of the condos on the Riverwalk. The statue is from the same company as the other statues you see around town. Randolph Rose is who we purchased them from. And then the location was chosen due to the statue being on a raised platform. It's under a light, and then it's also near the river, which is appropriate for a fishing statue. The fishing statue will not only be special to the family, but will serve the community as a whole by providing interest and attraction to the Riverwalk. And then the statue is also in line with the city's comprehensive plan, as mentioned in the request. And I'm happy to answer any questions.
Just want to make mention quick that this is the first application for a public monument building review that the Plan Commission has seen. This is a new process that the city staff has implemented within the last year or so, just to ensure that public monuments in our parks, open spaces, and public rights of way are serve a public purpose, and that there are plans for future maintenance and or replacement of parts if needed. And so there's 2 pieces to the staff report that go over the public purpose of the monument, as well as longer term maintenance planning for the monument.
I have a question, Brooke. This statue, is this mass produced? Is it a one of a kind sort of thing? Do you know?
We looked at our statues in the city of what we had with fishing statues, but we don't have any. So it's one of a kind for Fort, but if you look at Randolph Rose website, there are they create these statues for other communities who are interested. So you might see it somewhere else,
Okay.
but it's the first one here in Fort.
And did you consider hiring a local artist to do this statue instead of purchasing it mass produced? Or
We in your packet there's a list of many sculptures that we have in the city. So when she had reached out, I had initially just, she had reached out with nothing in mind. So the website was a great place to give her an idea of what to look for. And then she had picked from there. And then we just went from the website with Randolph Rose to go forward with it, since we have so many of Randolph Rose collections in the community.
Okay.
I think in the future, it wouldn't be a bad idea to, I think if she had a plan of what exactly she wanted to see, we would have taken that to maybe Mark Dwyer to see what he could create from it. But I think since she didn't really have a plan of what she wanted to see, Randolph Rose is where we went with it. Thanks.
I get more of a comment. I do appreciate that, like the maintenance and repair. It just obviously, the dangling fish like that
Yeah.
to me, like that's the part that's gonna get broken, right? And it just, I guess, placement, it doesn't look like it's necessarily directly on the walking path. I'm not sure if there's the next, I don't know. I guess that's a concern of mine. Having a young elementary school boy, I know how they like to hit and bat at everything. And so,
Actually, I'll stop you right there because we had the same exact thought. So actually the fish is bolted. So if you go back to the picture, so we had them bolt the fish to where his hand is. So it kind of, the string is kind of coming in the wire. But the fish is bolted, so it's not a dangling, inviting fish for kids to. But that is one discussion that we had with the donor, that the fish might get stolen. So we worked with Randolph, we asked Randolph Rose how much a new fish is, just to see, and it's $250. And the donor acknowledged that they would be, that we would come to them and say, hey, we have these problems, or this is missing. Are you willing to donate for another fish? And then we could get a new one. So yes, that was definitely a concern of ours when she initially picked this one as well.
And I think another concern, Brooke, correct me if I'm wrong here, was just that bucket filling with water.
Oh,
So I think
yes.
you also made some accommodations to put some holes in the bottom of the bucket. So
It
that-
was built with one.
Oh, it was. okay.
Yeah, we poured water in it just to see, and there is a lowy pole in there.
So the wire that the fish is hanging from, I know you said that the fish will probably be bolted to the boy's hand. Is that what you said?
Yes.
But will it still be attached to that wire? I mean, will there still be a wire there?
Yes. Yep.
So that could be cut pretty easily, but
It could
it's
be.
just wire.
It could be. I mean, we could say that for all of the statues in town. And the same with all the cameras in town. We wish we could have a camera on every park with vandalism, but this is the one that was chosen by the donors.
Sure.
Well, it's clearly an undersized fish. I don't think anybody wants to take it.
Any other questions or comments from the Plan Commission on this matter?
I would move to approve the application and recommend that the city council consider the public monument request for a statue at the designated location on the Riverwalk.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion by the Plan Commission? Hearing none, I'll call the question. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Okay, that motion carries. Thank you. Okay, next on the agenda, review and possible action relating to a request for a one lot certified survey map in the city's extraterritorial jurisdiction for parcel number 016-0514-0914-070 in the town of Koshkonong. This is CSM 2022-04.
Yeah, thank you. This is an extraterritorial request that the planning commission reviews. As the commission may recall, those that are within 1.5 miles of our borders, we review here at the planning commission and the city council. And then those that are 1.5 miles to 3 miles are approved internally, as we don't have much in the way of planning going on out in those areas. This one is immediately adjacent to the city's borders on 3 sides of the parcel. You may recall that this parcel came before Planning Commission, I believe in the spring of this year. This is South Main Street running along the side here. And the commission approved an extraterritorial CSM at that time that broke off kind of the right rectangle here that included the house and the barn associated with it. This is a request for a second lot or one lot of the remaining parent parcel shown here in yellow. The city made some investments in this area many decades ago, predates, I believe, most of us here in this room. We have utilities that are stubbed in at the end of the roads here. There are 3 roads that enter this area, and all 3 have water and sewer in them. The plan at that time when those were stubbed in was for this lot to become residential. And so the city is very much in trying to make sure that this lot remains at the opportunity remains for this to be a residential community adjacent to the current boundary of the city of Fort Atkinson. When the new owners of the parcel came in to chat with us about this, we understood their concerns, wanting to remove a portion of this and be able to sell it in order to offset some of the financial layout that they made in buying the large parcel. So certainly understood that, and I think they understood the city's perspective and wanting to try to do what we can within our legal means of planning and various other state statute granted rights to make sure that this parcel remains, as I said, available for residential development in the future. Having said that, we really don't have much in the way of ensuring that. We have requested that the official mapped roads that are in this parcel, which Planning Commission may recall, sort of run down together in here and then down to the roads to the south. I believe I put that in here. Remind us of that here real quick. There we go. We requested that those roads be shown on both the parent parcel over here. The roads are in purple, and these are just simply right of ways. So they'll actually be 60-foot right of ways because they're coded in purple. But those be shown on the CSM. And that would give notice, I guess, to anyone in the future who's looking at these parcels for development that these officially mapped roads exist within that parcel. And would provide just another means of communication and kind of trying to make sure that that this area eventually is able to develop into residential. I believe the applicant was okay with that. I'm not positive. I don't think I got any feedback specifically on that, but we did make that a condition of approval here at the Planning Commission for this extraterritorial approval. That being said, I don't think I have much else to note on this. We do have Beth Gore, who's here with is one of the owners of the parcel. If we have any questions for her, I'm sure we could ask them, but otherwise I'd be happy to take questions from the Planning Commission at this point related to this request.
Any questions or comments from the Plan Commission?
Not at this time. I move to approve the preliminary certified survey map with the condition that the final map for signature indicate the officially mapped right of ways noted on both the parent parcel and the newly created parcel and recommend consideration by the city council.
Second.
Okay, there's a motion and a second. Any additional discussion by the Plan Commission? Okay, hearing none, I will call the question. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, that motion carries. Next on the agenda, number 7, review and possible action on a site plan review for Green Bay Package Expansion, SPR 2022-04.
Yeah, thank you. This is an expansion, as mentioned, for Green Bay Packaging. We do have representatives of that group here in the audience. I'll give my my quick overview of this and would invite them to answer any questions that the planning commission may have. The addition is going to go on the east side of the current facility. The overview in the plan probably illustrates it the best. The area that's shown here kind of in yellow is going to be a part of the addition in addition to the parking facilities that are shown here on the overview. The review of the proposal was very good. I will say that you'll note in your packet that one of the conditions that I required was some more attention to the erosion control plan. Fairly minor thing that we can work out before building permits are provided for this project. But everything else that we looked at in general was in keeping with the planning commission, or I'm sorry, with the zoning code requirements with respect to the building aesthetics, the parking areas that we have noted, the stormwater improvements. We did have some curbing on the north side of the parking lot that we allowed to go away because it does allow, it's just generally in this area, it does allow the stormwater to flow into the stormwater basin there. So there were a few contingencies within the approval, but the city staff in their review do recommend approval of this with the contingencies that are noted. And I'll bring those up here so we can just look at them quickly. Go. So we had the requirement within the city's zoning code is to have bicycle and pedestrian access points within. You'll note that we already have a bicycle rack provided and we have no sidewalk along Blackhawk Drive. So that was something we felt comfortable foregoing in this particular situation. We did waive the requirement for curbing along the northern edge of the parking access entryway as mentioned. We do want to remind the applicant about signage plans. If they so desire, they may not change the signage at all. But just simply kind of a gentle reminder as this project goes forward, if there's improvements to signage that they come before us. And then the stormwater maintenance agreement, that just simply spells out the care and maintenance for that particular facility going into the future. Relatively standard boilerplate submittal that can come directly to me. And then the construction site erosion control plan that I mentioned needs a little bit of work, but again, that's a fairly minor thing that we can go through. Frankly, best to go through with the engineer when we talk about staging for construction. So all generally minor contingencies, but we do want those conditions noted within the approval of the Plan Commission. So with that, I'd take any questions from the Planning Commission. And as I said, the applicant is here in the audience. If there are any questions for them, they can come up to the podium.
Are there any questions or comments from the Plan Commission?
I question, more curiosity. Will this also maybe drive any more employees to the site or business?
Yes.
Could you please come to the,
Oh,
sorry, we have folks on the Zoom and we're recording it. Could you just introduce yourself for the record?
Hi,
too?
my name's Kurt Wander. I'm the plant manager at Green Bay Packaging. I would say immediately probably 7 to 10 employees, and hopefully as our business grows, probably another 20 total, probably.
How many employees do you have now?
72.
Kurt, how long have you been in Fort Atkinson?
I've been at this facility for 13 years.
The facility, the Green Bay Packaging
Yes.
Facility has been here for quite some time though, correct?
Yes, it goes back to Wisconsin Packaging Company,
Yeah.
or back probably since the early 90s.
Any other questions for the applicant? Thank you.
All right, appreciate it.
Thanks.
I would move to approve the site plan for Green Bay Packaging with the conditions noted by staff in the memo.
A second.
Okay, we've got a motion and a second. Any final questions, comments, thoughts by the Plan Commission?
I think it's great that local businesses are expanding and making investments in our city. Thank you.
Wonderful. Hearing no other comments, we'll call the question. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Okay, the motion carries. Okay, next on the agenda is adjournment.
Move to adjourn.
Second.
All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? All right, we are adjourned at 4:26 PM. Thank you.